the chat room. I'm Angela Stott.
I'm Lisa Cipriano. Thanks for being here. You know, that was a lot of fun with Ken over there at the Jean Warehouse sale. This weekend's going to be a blast. And now we're going to shift gears and we're going to talk to Nate Anderson, who is the founder of Ear Candy.
Yes.
Hey, Nate, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now tell us, what is Ear Candy?
Ear Candy, we're a local charity that provides kids access to music education. So Arizona's currently dead last in per-person educational funding, and arts and music programs are typically the first to get cut. So we support in-school music programs, get them instrument donations, we create after-school music programs, and then we do some really cool, unique beyond-the-classroom stuff.
Let me ask you, why do you think that they cut the music programs first?
You know,
I mean, to me, music is the international language.
oh, it's our universal language.
I mean,
that's it.
You know, universal, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I remember when I was in 4th grade and that whole Hands Across America, and the, you know, we are the world, we are the children, and it connected the world.
Everybody.
Through
Absolutely.
music.
And yet then it's the first to go.
Yeah, you know, I mean, everyone can relate to it, and there's countless studies proving, you know, how important it is and how, you know, having a strong foundation even helps your math and science scores.
Child development.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, children with special needs. It's huge.
So to
Yes.
answer your question of why is it getting cut, I have no clue. And actually, that's why, you know, I created Ear Candy, because, you know, I'm like, why is this an issue? Like, it was baffling to me. And so, you know, in a short amount of time, we've impacted thousands of kids here locally. This year alone, we'll impact well over 10,000 kids with our efforts.
So how are you doing this exactly?
So a couple different ways. The one that we have going on right now is we have instrument drives with the Phoenix Fire. So we have all 62 Phoenix Fire locations collecting instrument donations for us. And then throughout the year, we'll place them with 4 different districts. And, you know, sometimes an instrument, you know, it's a clarinet and impacts one kid, but sometimes, you know, a piano, a drum set, other things can impact a lot of kids. So, I mean, like I said, in the last year, we've impacted thousands just by placing instruments.
Have you had any type of support or movement down at the Capitol with people from the, you know, education committees?
We work closely with a couple advocacy groups. Because we're a 501c3 nonprofit, there's limitations to what we can actually do for advocacy, but obviously everyone knows where we feel about it. So, and yes, I think a lot of changes need to happen in order to really make the stars align again and bring back a lot of the programs that have been cut. And it's going to be a lot, you know, a long time until they do come back. So
It sounds like you have a collaborative effort going on. A lot of people are getting involved. If businesses are interested in doing some type of charity to help Ear Candy, do you do that as well?
Absolutely. So highly recommend checking out our website, earcandycharity.org. There's a couple different ways for people to get on board. They can become an advocate. There's some really cool ways they can help out there, or they can become a board of advisor. A lot of those businesses, you know, they're great to roll out some of their services to help out, become an instrument donation site, get involved with some of our volunteer opportunities, or different fundraising events that we host throughout the year.
Let's talk about some of the local artists here in town. I mean, Arizona, I mean, my gosh.
Yes.
We have
There's a
more
ton.
artists, you know, local and international artists here. I think, I mean, we're very strong. Do you have a lot of support in that area?
Yeah, and actually we recently just launched our artist advisory board. So, you know, we're starting to get, you know, some you know, big names locally, you know, from Roger Klein to Jerry Riopel, you know, people like that have joined our artist advisory board that, you know, just great people that they obviously, at one time, they were a kid, and actually everyone was a kid. And, you know, especially previous generations, they always had access to music education.
Yes.
One of Jerry Riopel's famous quotes, and I love Jerry because I do a lot of stuff with him with beams, which he's launching. And, you know, like you, in a perfect world, he'd love to have one of these beams in every school. And, you know, again, but his quote is, you know, when you have music in your life, it just makes the world a better place.
Absolutely.
It's just a pick-me-up, isn't it? If you're sad, if you're happy, I mean, you can find some type of medium with music to get in touch with your feelings.
And I mean, and especially, I mean, kids naturally gravitate towards music, and so being able to offer them, you know, that sort of opportunity to find themselves and learn more about themselves, and obviously discover the benefits in there, we need it. So.
I love your mission. Your mission says, make the world a better place through music.
That's it.
That's essentially what you're getting at.
Yeah, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, every child deserves access to music education. And so we're to a point that we've done so much good here in Phoenix. We're actually expanding to Minneapolis in a couple weeks. We'll be in 5 other markets by the end of the year because, you know, we've proven that we have a great model that's impacted an entire community. And we're looking to replicate it elsewhere because Arizona needs it a lot, but there's a lot of communities that really need those.
Sounds like it. What exactly, can you give us a story about a school that you have impacted and what you've offered them?
Yeah, absolutely. We've helped a lot of schools, especially down in South Phoenix, that they need a lot of our support. And so Valley View Elementary made great friends with Eddie Gaiona. He's the band teacher actually for the entire district, and we recently, actually I had my parents in town, which was great. I was able to take them down, and we had their 55-piece marching band out playing, and a lot of the instruments that they're playing are instruments we were able to get them through our instrument donation drives. And then also they have this Latin jazz band that they came and played at a breakfast that we had with a lot of our board of advisors and a lot of community advocates. And it's great, and they're able to share these stories of this is what it's done for me. And that's what it boils down to, is getting to that human interaction, being able to hear that little Susie or Carlos or Tina have been affected in some positive way.
Yes.
I think about even I have 8-year-old triplets, and when
that's a handful.
Yeah.
Multiple.
So music is that's a whole other thing. But when you're talking about the instruments and the support with the school, one of the most exciting times is when they are getting ready for a holiday concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it could be something as simple as, Mom, we're going to play a kazoo.
Yeah.
A kazoo.
Right. That's it.
And you're like, oh my gosh. And and here you see 160 second graders up there just playing away on this kazoo, and then to bring in, like you were mentioning, the different cultures. So here they're doing a performance, and it's for Hanukkah, and then here was something about something Christian, and then here was something.
It ties it all together.
It ties it all together.
It's amazing how excited they get for the simplest things like that. But we could have kids just banging on a drum, even with not much, rhythm background, and they're overflowing.
2-year-olds make music. They get out our pots and pans and they make music. But I would love to hear your start. I mean, you have such a passion. We can feel it right here.
Yeah.
You have such a passion for music. When did you find this passion? Was it the little boy?
Yeah, no. I've always been, been a huge advocate for music. I've always been that guy that'd be like, oh, you have to listen to this, or we have to go see this. What's crazy is that, I started Ear Candy. I'm not a father. I don't have any kids. I'm not a musician. I don't know how to teach music. I don't even know what.
That you were I'm in a band, or I'm a drummer.
You don't know how to teach music?
No.
Oh, I would think that too.
You just have so much passion.
Yeah, no. So I've always been this huge advocate for music, and I wanted to use my skills, which is, I come from a family of social entrepreneurs, and so what's great is I can, be a businessman, but do a lot of good. So I created Ear Candy to really address this need. Because I knew I could do a lot better good than trying to be a musician or try and become a music teacher, or I can empower tons of musicians and music teachers to make a huge impact.
I love your
So
shirt. I mean,
inspirational.
look at this. The kids that are representing what is it, the Beatles?
Yeah.
And that is a terrific shirt. Look
It
at
really
that.
is. That
Oh
is
my
great.
gosh.
Thank you so much. You're so inspirational, truly.
Hey.
And how can people find you and get involved in your charity?
Drop us a line. You can send us an email at info@earcandycharity.org, and please check out earcandycharity.org. We've got so much great information about our background, how to get involved, and how some more info about how we're making an impact not only in this community but communities to come.
And I like the tie-in with the fire department as well. I think that's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, it's like selling apple pie and ice cream. It's
Certainly.
Yeah.
It goes
Kids,
hand in
it's
hand,
fun.
doesn't it?
It's great.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yes, best of luck to you. We'll be
appreciate
right
it.
back after the break. We'll see you in a minute.
Walking on